You want the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth about sports in the state of Michigan? You've got the truth, all right. Can you handle the truth? Find out right now on the Michigan Sports Truth Podcast, the show that detects and provides truth, research, and statistics about the Tigers, Lions, Red Wings, Pistons, Wolverines, and Spartans. Subscribe to its YouTube channel at the Michigan Sports Truth Podcast and listen to it in audio form wherever you get your podcasts. Follow it on X, Instagram, Threads, and TikTok at Michigan_Truth, and like its Facebook page and know the truth.
Taylor Phillips here. In this episode, I'm going to explain why there's no need to rush anything for all our Detroit professional sports teams. We'll start off right away with our disclaimer. If you can't handle any news, stats, research, or criticism regarding any of our teams, then stay completely away from the show and its comment section at all times. So, we'll start off with the Tigers. No need to rush anything, of course. Sure, they have a somewhat comfortable lead in the American League Central Division because of their record, because they keep finding ways to win. For example, today 6-2 over the New York Mets, who have a dangerous lineup. But I'm not going to let any of that fool me. I've studied analytics and the eye test watching each game, and I'm seeing that there are still plenty of players who, whether it be hitting or pitching or fielding, who are just bad or just not ready for the professional level, i.e. Drew Summers, who was just sent back down, Chase Lee as well, and I'm not pleased with it. I'm far from pleased with any of them. So there's still some work for team president Scott Harris and general manager Jeff Greenberg to do in the offseason. They also need to figure out what to do with Javier Baez, whose contract doesn't completely expire until after the 2027 MLB season. He becomes a UFA in 2028. Another factor to consider is the fact that Harris and Greenberg only addressed the pitching and not the offense at the trade deadline, so they must be looking to address the offense this offseason. Plus, some of the pitchers they acquired at the trade deadline have shined, i.e. Kyle Finnegan and Charlie Morton. I know Kyle Finnegan went down with right groin tightness, but that's not too serious of an injury. That's not too serious of an injury, and fans panic a lot of times. And the media just tries to clickbait people into panicking by just reporting what injury it is. But anyway, there are other pitchers that haven't, like Chris Paddock, who was demoted from the starting rotation to the bullpen. He has an ERA of almost 7 as a Tiger. Need I go on and on? Also, the defense keeps committing error after error after error and keeps doing so like they're trying to defend on the field against fresh fruit on Monty Python's Flying Circus. Monty Python's Flying Circus, like a bunch of complete wimps. That's another factor that's hindering their contention abilities for a World Series championship ring. They need to start working on at least reducing the errors per season. I'm not saying eliminating them completely. No one's perfect. We all know that. But when a team like the Tigers continues to commit so many errors per season, that tells you why they're not ready. They're not ready to contend for a World Series title. You can never contend for that, particularly with a Swiss cheese defense. Ever. Work on exercising your demons first and then start contending for a World Series ring. Also, get better hitters. I don't care if you win your division or not, even if it's not based on luck. For the Lions, General Manager Brad Holmes isn't rushing anything on defensive end Zadarius Smith, while multiple teams like the Lions are still in pursuit of him. There's still no telling whether Smith wants to stay in Detroit or move elsewhere as of yet. Just because the reports have leaked out that the Lions and Zadarius Smith haven't been in talks of any contract situations in the recent weeks doesn't mean he doesn't want to play for the Lions as of yet. There's nothing permanent about that. No one knows, not even me. That's why we have to stay aware on the lookout of that for any further information. Either way, whether they keep Smith or not, Holmes is in no rush to trying to get a pass rusher. Aiden Hutchinson is already back and doing even a lot better than ever before. The regular season is only starting to begin, and of course the Packers, traded for Micah Parsons, signed him to a 4-year, $188 million deal. Parsons is a linebacker, so just more competition for the Lions in their division. That's part of competition in sports. That's part of competition in the NFL. For the Red Wings, they haven't addressed their defense on their ice, on their roster. Of course, they acquired a good goaltender in John Gibson, but they only acquired Travis Hamonic on defense. And looking at his percentiles on advanced hockey stats by a JFresh Hockey, he's terrible. Hamonic is terrible and doesn't even deserve to be on defensive pairing number 3. I'm going to show you them again. Travis Hamonic. I want to show you guys again by sharing the screen. There we go. Projected WAR is only 4%. So general manager Steve Yzerman is just buying time with the rest of his defensemen on his roster until their contracts expire, i.e. Ben Sherratt, who continues to be a liability, although he can occasionally block a few shots per game. Sherratt's projected WAR percentile is 1%. 1%! And is projected to be on defensive pairing number 2 at least for now. He really should be on defensive pairing number 3. Yeah, Stephen Bauer says we won't even sniff the World Series with this dime store roster. Of course. No, and that's why the Tigers are just slowly but surely, take it slow, just trying to progress with the front office, of course. Sherratt becomes an unrestricted free agent next summer. So the Red Wings shouldn't rush way too much on addressing their defense. They can take it slow by any means necessary. They still have Moritz Seider. Of course, you can look at the entire roster wherever you find it on wherever you find your websites. Anyway, the Pistons are still processing, last but not least, their progression towards at least winning a playoff series. They won 2 against the New York Knicks, 2 playoff games. And they acquired Duncan Robinson, Karis LeVert, Colby Jones, and Javonte Green. And also, now that Malik Beasley is off the hook from the gambling probe investigation, the Pistons have a golden opportunity to find some way to keep him, whether they re-sign him or extend his contract, but they're in no rush with him either, nor are they in any rush to contend for an NBA championship. They're trying to at least slowly but surely progress themselves toward the top of the mountain. And I'm gonna look at Malik Beasley on Spot Track here. Turn on the screen sharing mechanism again. NBA Pistons. Malik Beasley. Where's Beasley at, huh? He's on a cap hold. So, yeah, he's an unrestricted free agent. Just want to make sure I remember correctly. So, yeah, they need to either re-sign him or, extend his contract. So with that being said, it's time for the Tigers Tribune. The Tigers salvaged a 3-game series finale, beating the New York Mets 6-2, as I mentioned before. Relief pitcher Kyle Finnegan, also as I mentioned before, went down with right groin tightness. But again, a right groin tightness is not a serious injury. It's not, and fans panic every time. Again, why? Because they're a bunch of children. They act like children. They do. The media says it doesn't know the severity of the injury, let alone the Detroit Free Press. Oh, Jesus Christ. Just get out of my sight right now, media and fan bases. Just, if you're going to panic, blow off steam outside, okay? And then come back and watch my podcast on YouTube, okay? The Lions injury report. Wide receiver rookie Isaac Tesla was limited practice today with illness. He'll be fine. So, linebacker Trevor Nowalski with an elbow injury, and offensive guard Sion Baki with a hamstring. Yeah, beat it with a misspelling. The hamstring. Both did not practice. So those are the notable injury. Those are the notable injury updates that you need to know prior to their Sunday late afternoon game in Lambeau Field against the Green Bay Packers in Week 1. And with that being said, our What We've Learned segment. Tigers, Lions, Red Wings. The Tigers, Lions, Red Wings, Pistons don't need to rush any of their situations. It takes more time and work for bigger success. So the Tigers, they need to just let the season play out, see what happens, and then address the offense and address the pitching. And they need to address everything. Not with all the players, but some of them. Because I know Jake Rogers hit a 2-run single Monday afternoon on Labor Day. Riley Green hit a 2-run single, which stood to be the game winner today in a 6-2 win. Will Vest pitched his heart out. Rafael Montero only walked Juan Soto or Francisco Lindor, but Juan Soto flied out to shallow left. Riley Green made the catch to end the game. That was a big out. That was a big game-ending out. In a fly out induced by Rafael Montero. So that's what we've learned in this episode of the Michigan Sports Truth Podcast. I'm Taylor Phillips. Subscribe to its YouTube channel at the Michigan Sports Truth Podcast. Like its videos and turn on all notifications on the bell icon. Click or tap on live to find its latest full episodes and check out our shorts videos as well. Also, watch it live and follow it on Twitch at Michigan Sports Truth. Listen to it in audio form on Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music /Audible, Castbox, Deezer, Podcast Addict, Podchaser, and Gio7. Also, join its supporters club on Spreaker, just $2 a month. Just $2 a month. Extremely cheap. Follow it on social media on X, Instagram, Threads, and TikTok at Michigan_Truth, and like its Facebook page. Also on Reddit at u/Michigan_Truth. And join us on Patreon at patreon.com/Michigan Sports Truth. Statewide business endorsements go to Cops and Donuts, Grand Traverse Pie Company, Meyer, J&H Family Stores, Positive Chimney and Fireplace, Rally House, Jet's Pizza, Michigan's Adventure, Alpine Chocolate House, Subway, Hudsonville Ice Cream, Tom's Food Markets, Bigby Coffee, Detroit Wayne Company, Tommy's Express Car Wash, Simply Delightful, Tropical Touch Spa, and Main Street Rocks. Main Street Rocks in Durant is also a proud sponsor of Swartz Creek Youth Baseball. Metro Detroit area business endorsements. By the way, business endorsements are all free. Metro Detroit business endorsements go to Geno's Surf, Avenue American Bistro, Mocha Donut and Boba, Modern 7 Bistro, Northville Sports Den, Union Barber, United Mobile Power Wash and Dry Ice Works in Southfield, The Spot Food Truck in Dearborn and Detroit, Athletico Physical Therapy on Woodward and Ferndale, The Blind Owl in Royal Oak, Cali Tickets, call 877-225-8425 or visit calitickets.com, The Jagged Fork, Goodman Acker Law Firm, and Northwestern Technological Institute. Local business endorsements go to the B4 Foundation in Ithaca, The Front Porch in Suttons Bay, the El Cilantro Taco Shop in Petoskey, Bay Mills Resort and Casino in Brimley, United Food Service Solutions of Grand Ledge, Fletcher's Pub Texas Corners in Kalamazoo, the Michigan Theater of Jackson, Hooters in Saginaw, Anna's House in Grand Rapids, and Spicer's Boat City in Houghton Lake. Traverse City business endorsements go to Erica Nita of Traverse City Real Estate, Yen Yoga and Fitness, Firefly Kitchen and Bars, and Well-Being with Catherine Palms. Cadillac business endorsements go to Cadillac Grill, Cadillac Nutrition, Cadillac Horizon Books, Creative Embroidery for designing the Michigan Sports Truth podcast logo on my long sleeve shirt and t-shirt. Michigan Coffee Company, Pro Quality Cleaners, Raven Social Restaurant, Northern Star Event Rentals, The Food Mafia's Let's Roll With It Rolled Ice Cream, Tees Tanning Salon, Toy Town in Cadillac and Reed City, and The Sweet Shop. Also, Max Swings, the new Max Swings indoor golf facility. That's its grand opening was August 16th. Call 231-715-0797 or email them at maxswingsllc@outlook.com. Also on Facebook. Their location is 8844 East Boone Road in Cadillac, 49601. Enjoy 10% off on your first booking through August 30th. That was last month. They offer hourly bookings, party bookings, memberships, club fittings, club rentals, and re-gripping. Upgrade your gear in their pro shop. Perfect your swing. No lost balls, no lost time. And finally, Lake City business endorsements go to Cuts by Melanie, the LC Tap House, Northern Auto Lab, and the Misaki Golf Club Golf Course. Until next time, this is Taylor Phillips signing off. But remember, we observe and detect the truth about our teams in the state of Michigan, because the truth is everywhere. Stay on the lookout. Ta-ta, hit 'em with a high. Baba booey to y'all.